ETV.
Welcome back. Well, the COVID-19 pandemic had a major impact on the education sector. Lots of teaching time was lost and there was a rise in absenteeism while pupils had to get accustomed to all the COVID-19 protocols. It's safe to say teachers had to also adapt to this new normal while trying to create a sense of normalcy for their pupils. One NGO that played an instrumental role in helping teachers and schools adapt is Edufundi. And on World Teachers Day, we celebrate the contributions they made behind the scenes. Let's take a look at how teachers have been coping.
The challenges that we had faced in the education sector, we've never seen them before. Suddenly the president announces the schools are closing with immediate effect. Now we go back to school after things have settled. Still, there are issues. The attendance of the learners is not the same as was before. They come to school bi-weekly. That posed as a huge challenge for teaching and learning. The kids cannot do their work normally when the teacher is not in front of them. But despite all of that, we managed to pull through. There's a belief that anything that is learned in fun is never forgotten. So we would bring a lot of fun in our teaching and learning during the COVID-19. We're doing statistics. We want to know how many people have been affected, which country has got more cases. So yeah, in as much as we're talking about COVID-19, but we were learning mathematics.
Well, it's World Teachers Day, and for more on this, we are now joined by Nelson Mandela University's Muki Moeng. Muki, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I mean, usually World Teachers Day, you've got the little ones taking flowers and sweets to their favorite teachers, but of course, it's been a very interesting and sometimes turbulent almost 2 years for teachers, right?
Yes, indeed, Ayanda. And that has really deprived the learners and the teachers of that social, coming together, especially on this special day.
And what have you been seeing as far as teachers are concerned? I mean, has there been any research done looking back at actually this almost 2 years in seeing how teachers have been coping, number one, and perhaps even thoughts about the on and off?
Yes, there have been studies that have been done especially about the past 2 years, especially the impact on teachers as well as learners. And what we find is that really teachers are overworked, anxious, but also resilient. And that's something that is really pleasing for us to see, that even if the circumstances are not conducive, for learning and teaching, but teachers really are pulling through. As I saw in your insert as well now, with the platooning system or intervals where learners come to schools intermittently, that also has an impact in how the learners are learning and how teachers are having to deal, with this situation.
I mean, I can imagine it must have been really frustrating when you've got them one day and then a couple of days later, you almost need to reteach again the same thing you did on Monday. Then, of course, talks of changes within the curriculum. We heard a little bit earlier on this year, for the higher grades, where possibilities of changing the curriculum to kind of speed up the process. Any more research on that?
The DBE has been working on that. In terms of trimming the curriculum. And I think it's something good in terms of trimming the curriculum, but what we're going to see later on are the gaps that you would find in the learning of those learners in school. Because what you have at the moment, like you said, is like reteaching. But what we would like to see in the coming years is to diagnose how far those learners are missing on that. And we would like to see a flexible curriculum. Because if you have a rigid curriculum, it's going to be very difficult then to fit in what you really know that has been already lost by the learners because of COVID-19.
Right. And Muki, I'm interested to know, do you still find that young people are coming to apply to become teachers?
We do. We have many applications, and unfortunately, maybe half of those applications, students, they don't qualify. especially at our university, because we've upped the application score, because we really want to attract strong students who are able to teach, in schools afterwards. So there's a lot of interest in the thousands of applications that we receive. But then, unfortunately, some of those applicants don't get a space. But, it doesn't end there. There are other opportunities. And there's 26 universities, that are offering, teacher education. So, those applicants can go anywhere in the system.
All right. Well, it's good to see that, the career of being a teacher is still very attractive amongst young people out there. Thank you so much. That's Nelson Mandela University's Muki Moeng, of course, saying the standard of getting in has gone higher. So if you're planning on getting there, make sure you are giving out the results you need to get in. Well, still ahead here on ETV News.